board could not meet because the board chair was not available all the time. For 2 years now, this thing was going on. Board chair could not be. That?
Please use the mic.
I mean, 2 years for the report was not audited. 2020, 2019 and 2020, the report was not audited.
After the establishment of the new board, they still could not appoint an accountant to their work. But a new board was established.
Can you come in? If you have question, Honorable, just raise your hand and then ask question, okay?
And use the mic.
Then, yeah, you use your mic. So that is the call. Partly the ministry is involved as far as the board care is concerned, and whether the ministry is aware of this, according to them, the ministry is aware of the predicament they find themselves in. That's why we want the ministry to come so that that issue can be cleared once and for all. Unfortunately, the ministry is not here, and now we are asking them whether that is still the situation in NYSS. And we came to realize that if just after that meeting, the executive director was sent on administrative leave. And I was trying to find out whether that move has any link with our meeting, because he might have said something here that was it was live, and that could have put him that hot soup. So that's why I'm trying to find out whether the outcome of that meeting could be part of the reasons why he was sent on administrative leave. He could not say for certain, but there are different areas that he is under investigation, and then administration, according to him, is one. And if that is the case, perhaps this thing also can be part of the issues that is under investigation. That is the explanation that he has just advanced. So if any honorable member has any issue you want to ask or clarification to seek, you can do so.
Okay.
You want to come in? Okay.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. I am the principal accountant of NYSS and being the head of finance. As the director reported, your last sitting with them, it was misleading.
It was?
Misleading. Yes. That the principal accountant or the head of finance was at a hospital. I was right in my office when they were coming to this meeting. Yes, we had accident. That was in June 2021, involving 4 of us. Myself, the private secretary, and a records clerk, and a driver. That was on 17 June 2021. So I was on leave until August 30th, I resumed, of 2021. Since then, my position was usurped by the executive director. I was not involved in anything of financial matters, anything.
August 31st?
Yes. 30th August 2001. Since then, my position was usurped by the then executive director. So I was not involved in any financial matter until now, when he was sent on leave, that I resumed my full position as the principal accountant.
Who was the account officer that was involved in the accident?
I myself.
You were the one involved in the accident?
Yes.
Now, how long did it take for you to be on that sick bed?
I said that was June 17 that we had accident. So I was on leave until
June 17?
Yes, that we had accident.
Chairman.
June 17?
Yes.
2021?
Yes.
That was the day you had the accident?
Yes. So I was given sick leave until 31st of August 2021. I resumed.
Sick leave up to 30th August?
Yes, 2021. I resumed.
30th or 31st?
30th of.
From June
30th or 31st, I resumed work. Yes, I can't remember the day, but 30th or 31st of August, I resumed.
30th August?
Yes.
2021, you were on sick leave?
Yes.
So, okay?
So
now, when you resume
yes,
from your sick leave,
yes,
That will be, let me say, on the 1st of September.
31st August. I resume either 30th or 31st.
You resume?
Yes. My normal
duties. 31st August.
Yes.
2021.
Yes.
You resume?
Yes.
Okay.
And since then, I resumed my position as the head of finance was usurped by the executive director.
When you resume,
yes,
you do not man your office?
No, my position, I was just going to office. Just
you were going to work?
Yes, just going to work.
Since then, you are going to work?
Yes.
Please. Yes, about that.
Okay.
I just want to be clear.
Yes.
The last time he came here,
yes,
it's like I heard you said you were in your office.
Yes.
That very day.
That very day. But I think you have 3 meetings before that day.
Yeah, but the last time when they came here,
yes,
and we referred them,
yes,
you said you were in the office.
In my office, yes.
But I think he mentioned that you were sick. You were sick.
That's why I said it was misleading. The statement was misleading.
Thank you.
He can testify that.
Yeah, let me finish these points. Now, since you resumed office on the 31st August 2021,
yes,
you said you were going to work.
Yes.
And then the executive director,
yes,
was not giving you the room for you to work?
Yes.
Why?
Why? Best known to himself. I reported this to the chairman, and the chairman said he will address it, but it has never been addressed.
When you resume, you were not given the opportunity to do your work?
Yes.
Did you report that to any immediate officer other than the executive director?
Yes, I said I reported it to the chairman.
The chairperson of the board?
Yes, board of directors. That time he was in town.
And what did he say?
He said he will resolve it, but until the director left, it was not addressed.
He said he will resolve it?
Yes.
But he never do?
Yes.
And then the day you were called to appear, you said that day you were in office?
Yes.
You were never informed?
I was never informed.
Because he was never allowing you to work?
At the later part, he even kept malice with me.
When I understand, yes. You were never informed because he did not allow you to work with him?
Yes.
Baji, are you aware of that?
Yes, Honorable. The day we are coming here, I think I came late. I met him here. My understanding, verbally, he said we're supposed to go to National Assembly. I think this was supposed to be on Thursday. I was thinking Thursday, but this Wednesday I came to office. I was told that I went to National Assembly, and then he called. Said yes, it's supposed to be today. So I came alone. I met him here, but when I was coming, I passed him and I informed him that we're going to the National Assembly. He said he's not aware. I informed him why I was coming here. Our office is almost the same. You pass his office, go to my office. I just passed him and said, we're going to the National Assembly, have a call. He said, okay. He said, good luck. That's what he told me. Then that's the time I was here. I fired my executive director here, and he come in as a peer, two of us here, when he did that presentation. So exactly that's what happened. Thank you.
But you were here when the executive director did inform this office or the committee that this position of the account officer was supposed to be, I think it was advertised for appointment. I think the issue was surrounding the inavailability of the chairperson to conduct a board meeting to effect that appointment. On the whole, there was not that position of the board to declare the position vacant. We will have hold the chairperson responsible for failure to appoint the officer when the position was vacant to be appointed, and there could not be any meeting to effect that. But it appeared that there was no such a pronouncement for declaring the position vacant. And you were here when that was the position of the executive director.
It was honorable. I was here, and immediately I left. Somebody said, the director was saying, sometime you are there, you need to contradict. I say, I don't think that should be the proceedings. If I'm giving the floor, I will say of my side of the story. But at that point, I don't think I was not giving the floor to contradict or otherwise. But of course, Honorable Chairman, I'm aware of the issue with the director and also the principal accountant. And I also make some few attempts, negotiate, to discuss so that they can come in time. They can be a witness in that. But it gone up to a level, honestly, to tell you the truth, I find difficult to reconcile them one way or the other. And the assumption, the reason tendered by the executive director, Emmanuel, say he need a qualified accountant that he can able to qualify. What he mean by the qualified? Perhaps to him, he is less qualified. So I don't sit at the board. He sits at the board. He said he convey the board approval to advertise for the vacancy position of accountant. His position is principal accountant, and that advertisement actually takes place in the papers. And you have a lot of people who apply, I think 6 up to 7. And I think I stand to be corrected. Before proceeding for advertisement sub-listing, I think I stand to be corrected, they have the board meeting. That's where he was informed he cannot go ahead with that. He still have to wait. I could remember his presentation here. He was saying, due to that, he couldn't go ahead to appoint a accountant. I think that's where that's the statement. That's the true statement. So yes, I'm aware, and that's the fact, Honorable Chairman.
The gentleman, what was his previous position? Was he an accountant or principal accountant?
This he is a principal accountant.
Pardon?
Principal accountant.
Then, up to now?
Up to now, he is the principal accountant.
At the time of the accident, he was principal accountant?
He was the principal accountant, and he is still the principal accountant.
He is still the principal accountant?
Principal, still now.
Now, the issue surrounding the auditing the finance, who has the final say? Is it the accountant or the principal accountant to give that authority for the National Audit Office to account the books?
Yeah, in my understanding, he's the accounting officer. So, you want to call? Can I?
Yeah, let him come in.
Okay.
No, if you yeah.
Thank you very much, Chairman. It's my responsibility to prepare the financial statement, but it is responsible of the director for the accounts to be audited.
But in terms of accounting, that means it is between you and then the executive director?
Yes.
Yeah, I just don't want to bring in this issue of the account officer here.
Okay.
I don't think that is prominent as far as this case is concerned, because what we are after is to see the books be accounted. Whose responsibility? Under the executive director and then the principal accountant. Then what role has the accountant to do that has to hold the whole process as ransom, because it's not appointed and the books cannot be audited?
If I make to clarify, he was trying to recruit a finance director, not an accountant.
Okay.
A finance director to head me.
So it was the finance director person that was advertised?
Yes.
For appointment?
Yes. But I think the board told him not to advertise. But
just clear us, Which person was advertised for appointment?
Finance director.
Finance director.
Yes.
Okay.
Finance and bid director.
Okay, so that when that is appointed,
yes,
he will now work with that particular person.
Yes.
Not you as principal accountant.
Yes.
Yeah? Under director, yes, I can
will work
see.
under the finance director.
You will work under the finance director.
Yes.
But should that hold the whole process at ransom? Because we are waiting for the finance director to be appointed, and that has to hold the whole process. That resulted to the institution's book not being audited. I now get the point.
Yeah. I want to ask you, sorry, Chairman, how long have you been principal accountant?
I was appointed since 2011.
2011.
As the principal accountant.
Okay. And how long has he been the executive director?
Since February 2014.
So you were there before him?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Basically, I presented all NYSS financial statement to this August Assembly since 2006.
The understanding that we had was, as a result of the accident, maybe you were not physically fit enough to man the office that warranted NYSS to appoint. We are not even thinking of a new post, somebody who should be manning the finance office. That delayed the whole process. And the chairperson could not be available for the board meeting to do that appointment. So that was the whole understanding. That's why we had to invite the ministry. And we were told that the ministry was also informed about this situation that is facing NYSS. But from the explanation, I don't think there is a vacuum as at now. You want a new office. Already there are positions that can hold or see that position until such a time it is appointed. But when it is not appointed, you have the principal accountant who can oversee the position. Administratively, he has that mandate or has been doing that well before. Why can that person continue or that office continue to do the work until such a time you have that senior office to man the position? Where we want to hold the ministry and then the board care responsible for whatever, from your explanation, even whereas they are not around, I don't think they can be responsible for any delay of the accounting or auditing of your books. Honorable members, what is your take?
Actually, in fact, I want to ask the director, the board chair, is he informed about this meeting? Because I think he's supposed to be here. The board chair.
Honorable member, as I earlier mentioned, I'm not sure I stand to be corrected whether the board chair is in town. I stand to be corrected. I didn't know much about his whereabouts because I didn't communicate with him. And I'm not sure he's aware of this meeting. Yeah.
Madam Chair.
Mr. Chair, I think the executive director actually showing us his ineptitude, honestly. Because as the head of an institution, I mean, he should be a board member, and if he's telling us that he's not sure, and this meeting is holding, he should have taken it upon him to find out. So honestly speaking, he's telling us that he's not capable to hold that position. Let us be honest with each other, because this is not, I mean, it's showing that he's not serious.
Honorable, any other? Let's just conclude. We're just trying to gather points.
Yeah, about the issue last time, still, you said when you were here, you passed him in the office, you left him there, and the director was here saying, this guy is sick, he's not available. So how do you feel when he said that? And why you don't try to, you know, give us the information? Because the thing is, this is the assembly that invites you. So I don't think we should allow that, you know, people coming here lying to the august body, the committee. I think this is very serious, and definitely I don't expect that from somebody holding such a position. So, and today you are here with him. So, meaning I don't understand how you guys can in fact collaborate in terms of, you know, work, team spirit or teamwork. Because I think there is a problem within your system that has to be tackled, and I think the ministry can also help us. And at the same time, since you left here, did you have any board meeting in relation to the outcome of this, your last meeting from here? Because I think we refer you concerning about your audited and whatever. So that has to be in your meeting. So I don't know whether you have a meeting, please.
So it's like, I think he said he's the acting ED.
Yes.
Since when did he assume that office? Being the acting. It's like, you know, there is a communication gap within the institution.
Mr. Baji?
Yeah, Honorable, thank you very much. Yes, immediately after we left here, it was on 21st July, received a letter indicating overseeing NYSS from 21st. And according to the 22, yes, 21st July. And the letter also indicate you're going to set a panel to investigate. Meaning, in my view, that panel have a bigger role. They're going to supervise, they're going to be leading the process, procedure, and the outcome will indicate what next. That is why, within the period that I'm given as overseeing, we are working with all the programs and activities as needed. We are also working our activity report to make sure that you complete it. Of course, we have a limitation. If you talk about the audit have to come and audit. We didn't write to that effect because for the fact that the panel also investigating as part of the investigation also on financial issues. Perhaps in my view, I stand to be corrected, or I might be wrong, audit cannot take place within that period until this panel investigation is completed. But in our view, what I'm working with them closely with everybody, we are running our activities as normal, we are reporting to the ministry as normal, but within that period, there is no any board meeting. I also assume that within that period, there might not be, stand to be correct, there might not be any board meeting because the investigation is still going on. So I will concentrate on our activities, implementation, so and so, lobbying, working with our partners. That's what we are doing up to now, and we are reporting accordingly to the ministry. Thank you.
Thank you. You did say that the last meeting we had with the ED, you were not informed. Before, you were not informed, right? And you were here. I think the chairman should also be part of this meeting, and you don't know the whereabouts of the chairman. Do you think it's like they flow in the same footsteps? If I also stand to be corrected, but it's like, you know, there's still that communication gap within the system still.
Yeah,
because yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Honorable, if I have to put in this way, the issue of the chairman, to be honest, I don't have his contact number. I understand the chairman is not in town. Now, it's difficult to get somebody who's not in town. He might be in town, that's why I say I stand to be corrected. My understanding, he's not in town. Now, yes, when we were coming here, there used to be correspondence from the here to the office, just like this one. Now, it happened that I haven't seen the correspondent. Now, the information given to me by the director then is that we're going to the National Assembly. He said, tell me the date. I still remember. But it's supposed to be 2 days. For instance, it's when you say Wednesday, Thursday. And he's told me, I can still remember, Wednesday at this time we're going to National Assembly. I have it in that mind. It happened that day I passed through somewhere at the UTG. I'm also doing my program there. Then I said, let me go to the office. Then when I arrived, he was there. I asked, they said, Director went to National Assembly. My understanding was supposed to be tomorrow, but that's what I was communicated. I haven't seen the letter. Now, upon arrival, I was about to call him. He called me. Yes, where you? I say, I leave school, I'm in office. You have to come with this now. So I say, I thought it's tomorrow. He said, no, it's supposed to today and tomorrow. Maybe he didn't read properly, or I don't know. That's my understanding. That's why we didn't come together. When I was coming, I told him, we're going to the National Assembly. He said, good luck. I passed through him. He said, good luck. That's what he told me. That's how I understand. He knew that we are coming to National. And I came, and I find my colleagues here from NEDI, from Sport Council, and they asked, where were you? I said, no, I've been to the school. I was supposed to do a presentation there. I was doing my master's. And he said, I was thinking it's tomorrow. He said, no, it's supposed to be today and tomorrow. That's how I come to that issue. So now I'll sit it here to come together. Thank you.
This National Assembly is a very important body, especially our committees, because this is where decisions are taken to the plenary. And I think Gambians should take these sittings very important. We are wasting our time sitting here talking without the board actually being here. We don't even know who the board chair is. We shouldn't be talking to the executive director. He doesn't have any power. So we are just wasting our time. I think we should suspend this sitting, demand for the board to come so that we can address these issues. And these people must be under oath when they give us their statements, because like my honorable colleague said, we were lied to. And I mean, this is a very serious committee. We do not even have the reports. We are just here basing it on assumptions, wasting our time, wasting taxpayers' money. So I think this sitting should be suspended and demand for the board to come before we can proceed. We are not here to tell stories. And that's exactly what is happening, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
The board. But that was called, the board was not available, we cannot proceed. So that's an issue, we have to dig into it. And that's why they are here. The ministry was supposed to be here. If the ministry is not there because of fault, yes, we can continue with them. The issue that emanate, that's where we are picking. And now we'll come to the issue of the board itself. There is communication gap, as honorable member rightly stated. When you assume,
We give the board a last warning.
on action point, I think let's do things step by step, honorable member. Yeah. There is communication gap, whether you realize, and then when you assume office as the acting executive director, yes, regardless of the investigation, you are the man in charge now. And you should understand how the National Assembly operates. If you are called here, you don't appear alone. You have to appear with your board. And it's time to put you, whether you've made that effort to inform the board and you are putting to him that you did not, because you don't have the contact person of the board. And there has to be immediate assistance to the care person. I'm not sure whether you have the contact of that person as well, or other than the vice, there is no other member in the board that you have that contact person?
Honorable, thank you. What I understand, you have the board, and ministry also, the permanent secretary, serve in the board. When we receive this communication, the first contact point is the ministry. As I earlier mentioned, all the activities we are doing are answerable to the ministry. Verbally, I informed the PS. He said he's not aware of that. Perhaps they will send the communication. And my understanding also, the communication we sent to us, just like last one that was sent to us and also the ministry. So just yesterday, I went this copy as a follow-up to see whether they have a communication. He said, you said, I said, that's my copy. He said, no, we didn't receive any copy. I think I came here, I also called Mane to indicate to him that I'm from the ministry, but up to now, they say they haven't seen the copy, but I informed them about that, just from communication. Then he said, no, I think we wrote to them. We sent a copy to them, but I'll confirm. And this morning I was communicating with him. Mane informed that yes, I think it's an oversight. Perhaps we didn't send a copy. I said, but we will go, we will come. And I informed the PS, I informed the DPS concerned of our position, that we received letter and we are going. And they say, well, as we inform you, we are yet to receive the communication, so perhaps they may have other discussion with you, so we can take from there. And that's what we communicate with them. Thank you.
I'm saying whether you have the contact of the vice chair.
No, I'm not sure they have the vice chair.
No, you, not they. I said you.
No.
You don't have the contact of the vice?
No.
How about any other member of the board?
I don't. I know some of them personally, but I didn't have their contact. But in my view, whatever we're doing, we're under the ministry. We report, inform, and communicate direct to the ministry, and take advice from the ministry, and that's how we operate within this framework. As I already mentioned, in my view, within this period, I stand to be correct, within this period, perhaps we need to be answerable direct to the ministry. In my view also, I stand to be corrected, there could be a change of board.
Let's put it this way. We'll very soon try to draw conclusion to the issue, because our concern was on the role the finance officer will play to ensure that the books are audited. That was our main concern. These other administrative issues, I think that's at the level of the institution. Our only concern regarding that would be if you are called to appear here, the board should be represented. That one is only our concern. Whatever you are doing there, that's left to you. But if you are called to appear, the board should be represented. So these are the two issues. The accounts should be audited, and secondly, if you are rescheduled, the board should appear. And you are the one who is now in office. You should put your house in order. Try to make sure your board is in place. Put the concern to the ministry that you want to have your board meeting so that you know who are your board members. You get their contacts. This situation you are in, so that situation can be address. When we have communication for your institution, we don't send that to the ministry. It is only when the matter has to do with the ministry that they are written to. But for you to report to us, we directly communicate to you, not the ministry. You cannot wait for the ministry's advice for that. We write to you and you inform your board about that. It is not for the ministry to inform your board. It is you who should inform your board. You cannot appear here alone. You should appear with your board. So by now, you should try to get yourself affair with the system. Get to know your board members, especially your care person. If he is not here, his immediate assistant, so that you work with them. That is our point. Now that what we are looking after is who is responsible to take care of the finance. In the absence of the executive finance director that is yet to be appointed, there is a principal finance officer. Is he mandated enough to man that position in charge of your finance and work with you as acting executive director to ensure that your books are available for auditing? Does he have that mandate to do so?
Yes, Honorable, he have, because this is something he has been doing over the years. So I believe, yes, he can do.
He can do it.
Yes.
Then from now onwards, if you get back to your office, you start. Make sure you involve the audit for them to audit your books. Don't come and tell us that we cannot audit because our so-and-so finance officer is not appointed. That is between you and the board, but we are saying that for you, this is your position. There's no excuse to say that the executive director is finance officer is not appointed, the finance director is not appointed, so the accounts cannot be audited. That is no longer the point. Okay? Now the issue of the board. As we call you, we are also going to call the board. The position of the board in the institution that will also be put to them. Then these issues surrounding the office to function, to ensure that the books are audited, they can also give him the responsibility to be doing that, pending the appointment of the executive director. That is the position for now. There should not be that gap. Get to know your board, okay? Let the board tell you what your TOR is, and then you start to do the work. Any communication we have for you, you share that communication with your board. Don't wait for the advice of the ministry. Your internal administration between you and the ministry, you can go ahead with that. But between you and the National Assembly, you cannot wait for the advice of the ministry. Okay? Honorable colleagues?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Njai? You don't. So that's that. Do you have anything to say before we conclude here? They will reappear, this time not alone, but with the board. We'll find time and then we'll communicate to you when your board will be invited, and try to get the contacts. Make sure when we receive the communication, you write to them, or you inform them that I have received this communication from the National Assembly that we should appear, not the ministry that should be informing them. And make sure that time they appear, because we heard from you, and now it is the turn of the board that we should hear from, then the ministry. Okay, and you cannot do that for them. Is that clear? So from now on, go and try to get their contacts. You'll be expecting the letter from the Assembly for their invitation to appear before the committee. Okay? Good. And any issue surrounding the auditing, you try to trust it out with your board. We don't want any delay on the auditing. The pending appointment cannot be the excuse for the office to function. Is that clear? Good. No other issue? That's okay. Yeah, for now, any communication we have, we'll just send it to him.
Not to him.
When I say him, he is the one is the officer in charge. He's the officer in charge. Now he's the executive director. So he is the one who should be making sure the board is aware of our communication. Please. Not the ministry, it is your office that should be informing the board about any communication you have from us. Okay? Good. Okay. We'll communicate to you when and the time you're supposed to be here with your board. This time, not you, it is the board of NYSS. No, not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Okay, in the absence of any other issues surrounding the matter, can somebody move that we adjourn the meeting until